So, of course, the number one question on everybody's mind after UFC 308 is who is next for the monster, Ilia Topuria. Um, the UFC has basically kind of given everyone an answer, uh, letting Alexander Volkanovski, get on camera in the octagon and share a few words with Ilya as soon as he won. Even Dana confirmed it during his post-fight press session where they asked him, Volk came into the cage, and Ilya himself said that he would give Volk a chance next. So is that fight happening? And Dana's response was, Volk is the kind of guy. Well, we're never gonna say no to him. He's done too much for this company, and he's always available when other fighters aren't. And I'd agree. I think Volk deserves that respect first and foremost. And I also want to say that I am the biggest Volk fan. I am a huge Alexander Volkanovski fan. That being said, I do not think that this fight makes sense. I just don't. I do not like it. I think me and Chael Sonnen are like the only two voices so far who are saying it, because I saw Chael Sonnen's reaction after Ilya knocked him out, and he said, Volk should not be next. I think Volk should not be next. I think this fight doesn't make any sense. Volk versus Topuria 2? After what Topuria did to Volk in the first fight? If it went 5 rounds, okay. If it went at least 5 rounds, okay, I would say maybe it would have to be like a split decision for there to be a plausible rematch. But even if it went 5 rounds, I would say okay. Even if Ilya knocked Volk out in the 5th, I would say okay, it's fine. But for Ilya to do what he did to Volk, in the second round, and it wasn't a TKO. Volk wasn't hurt, and then the ref stepped in. Volk was out. Alexander Volkanovski, one of the UFC's most well-known champions, a guy who held the belt for years, again, was very active, very available, a very strong and skilled fighter, was put out by this guy Ilya. Flat out, asleep, not moving at all, arms limp, legs limp, looking like fucking Pinocchio before he got turned into an actual fucking kid. That was Volk when he fought Ilya. And we're really talking about a rematch between Ilya and Volk again. No sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Volk should not be the next guy for Ilya. He just shouldn't. He shouldn't. I don't see what Volk can change to win that fight. I don't. Because Ilya's going to get Volk against the cage at some point in that fight. In any fight. I think 10 out of 10 times Ilya wins that fight because of how the first fight turned out. Again, if it went to round 5, okay, then maybe I'd say 6 or 7 or maybe 8 out of 10 times. The fight ended by a clear knockout in the second round. Volk doesn't stand a chance in that rematch. It should not be happening. As great as Volk is, as much as Volk has done for the UFC, he should not be fighting Ilya again. Ilya is way too damn powerful for this guy, man. Ilya needs either a different look at featherweight or he needs to step up to lightweight. I think the next 2 guys for Ilya, and one or the other of these 2 could fight him next. Diego Lopez, Islam Makhachev. Those are the only 2 guys next up for Ilya. Diego, because it's a fresh new look at featherweight, and Diego is skillful, so he will give Ilya a fight. I think Ilya will win it, but again, different look at featherweight. Or Ilya steps up, gets another chance at further greatness to become champ at lightweight against Islam Makhachev because he earned it. I'll step up and say it with my whole entire chest. Ilya has earned a shot at Islam Makhachev. He's earned it. He's done what people could not do. Okay, well, yeah. I was going to include Volk in that, but no. He's still done something that no one has done before. knock Max Holloway out. He did it. He knocked Max out. It's painful for me to say. A lot of Max fans were sad and are still sad today. I get it. I'm a hardcore Volk fan, and I was sad months ago when Volk got flatlined, okay? I was sad then. I'm not really sad now because I've been telling you guys what the outcome would be. I was prepared for it months ago, okay? So that's why I'm not sad about this. Either way, Ilya did what nobody has done before. He's earned a shot at lightweight. Ilya needs to fight Islam, and he should have called Islam out if he really values his greatness and his legacy that much. I would love to see Ilya Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. I think it's a fight to make. I think it's a blockbuster. I think it should be set up for halfway through 2025. It should be set up. Whenever they're able to get UFC Spain certified and complete and ready, book it. Ilya Topuria, Islam Makhachev. Get Islam out here, or maybe I don't know if Ramadan will be over by then. You gotta check it with Ramadan. But okay, if we can't get Islam because of the Ramadan thing, then we can do Volk Topuria 2, or because since Volk Topuria 2 is useless, we could do Diego Lopez Topuria. Okay, in lieu of Topuria versus Islam Makhachev, which I think it should be the first option. I think Ilya should get a beeline to Islam as soon as he's available. I really do. I don't think anyone else is up to par with Ilya Topuria. I think Diego Lopez has a shot at being up to par. I don't think Diego will beat Ilya, but I think Diego has a plausible case for being next up for Ilya. I don't think Volk does. I love Volk, but I think this is another delusion. I think Volk is still in this delusional mind state where he's Superman and anything is, he could just do anything. He could punch through cement walls and start flying. He can't. Volk cannot do that. And again, as a Volk fan, I am extremely against it because I do not want to see one of my favorite fighters get his ass put out again. Again. It was so hurtful as a Yuri fan to see that, and now I got to see it as a Volk fan. I got to see Volk go through the same shit Yuri did. The UFC can be so fucking frustrating sometimes, but either way, I don't think Volk should fight Ilya. I think it's a stupid decision from the UFC, and I think it's a stupid decision from Volk. I think they might force the rematch. I don't really know. I hope they don't. I think Ilya should fight Islam. He's earned it. And I think it's the next entertaining blockbuster to make. I don't think anything else would be quite up to par. Not even Diego Lopez versus Ilya. Although Diego Lopez versus Ilya is a doable fight that I think should be done over Volk versus Topuria too. So yeah, that's my little tirade on this little breaking news thing that I found out. Because again, as soon as this fight ended, they went right to Volk and they're interviewing Volk for no fucking reason at all. And Volk saying he's ready. Whenever Ilya's ready, he's ready. He's ready to go. He wants to go again. It's delusion. It's all fucking delusion. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next.